This is Freeman Wang, right? You are when I first saw you on Facebook, I was looking what you did. We met 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You are the #1 guy, Century 21 Beachside, correct? That's a fact. Because there's a fact, there's an opinion. Because we in real estate, we get so mixed up. And then you joined the team about 2 weeks ago, and the first exposure you had was you came to the 3 days training. How first of all, how was it? How was your, because you are not somebody we have no clue, right? You have, you did pretty well for somebody who's second year in the business. That's pretty good, right? Out of 200 agents, I think, in that office, Century 21.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's very good. But you came to our 3 days training last week, and how was your 3 days training experience? How was it?
Oh, it's very packed. It's a lot of excuse me. It's a lot of new thing to learn. And then in my old office, there's I barely go to the office, and it's not like a environment like this. People, working very hard. And then I like the environment too. I think it can push me more harder to accomplish something.
Yeah, because and yesterday, because there's so many people talking about training and stuff like that, right? So there's so many real estate agents, Freeman, who's watching this video. They're watching our team from the outside. They want to know exactly what we do, right? The word training and system in our industry has been abused so much. The agents get confused what it means, because everybody claims to have training, everybody claims to have system. But the cool thing is the results. Yesterday you called me, or 2 days ago. So
Yeah,
this is exactly 1 day after you completed the training, right? Because we went to the training last week for 3 days, and then 2 days ago you called me,
Yeah.
and you were in escrow. Can you share that story?
Yeah. I just trying to. I learn a little bit, but I'm not completely understand seriously. I asked my buyer to sign a VIP package.
Yeah, I think in the past, let me have this way. In the past, when you represent the buyers, how much you get paid on the buyer side if you're a buyer's agent?
Yeah, normally MLS.
Whatever offer on the MLS.
Yes.
Now, the question is this. What if the property is not on the MLS, like for sale by owners, or it's on the MLS but at a lower fees? Now, what would you do? Like, what do you do before? Not you, maybe what would the typical agent will do at that situation?
Well, so if we're desperate, then just get paid whatever that.
What if it's zero? What if it's for sale by owners?
I didn't do that before.
But what do you think a typical agent will do who's watching this? What do you think they will do if it's a for sale by owners or on the MLS at 1%, for example? What do you think a typical agent will do?
Well, take it. I think if it's me, if I have a buyer really like that property, I think that I have no choice. If
Yeah.
I want it,
And
$1,000,
from the-
I have to take it, right?
No choice, right? Okay, but 3 days ago, you and I, we spent 3 full days from 8 in the morning till 8 p.m. And yesterday you actually today you open escrow, and you get paid how much more than what's offered on the MLS?
I got $7,000.
That's really cool, because how much offer on the MLS?
2.5%.
2.5%. So you invest, this is your first week with the team. Can you imagine what's gonna happen this next week?
Yeah. Okay.
The first week in the team, you already put an extra $7,000 in your pocket. This is over and above what's offered on the MLS, right? So that's a very powerful skill you learned last week, because now, once we really completely understand that, then regardless, the MLS can offering 1, or it could be for sale by owner zeros. How much your buyer's broker fees?
The broker fee.
The buyer's agent fees, meaning when you represent the buyers, how much your buyer's agent's fee?
2.5.
2.5. So it's always 2.5. So if
No, you mean ask average?
Yes, on your VIP buyer's agreement.
It's 2.5, but I add up the $7,000.
So you add 7,000 on top of the
On top.
2.5.
Yeah.
Okay, man. So that's just a quick interview, Freeman here on his first week. Anything else you want to share your experience first week after you attend the 3 days training? Anything else?
Well, because since that was new system, I think this team is more relying to systems, teamwork, which my old office cannot provide. I barely go to my office, in my own office, actually.
And now it's 8 o'clock in the morning, Monday,
Yeah,
8 o'clock.
It's make a hot blood. So I think I'm looking forward to.
Okay,
more
last
production.
question, and then after this we need to go back to our training here at 8 o'clock. It took you almost 2 years when we first met And then you look at Century 21, you look at Kohler Banker, you actually comparing us with the other Remax office and stuff. And finally, so this is not an emotional decision, right? 2 years, you really actually, I don't know what you did, but I'm assuming you really do your due diligence and stuff like that. And 2 years later, right? So it's a different whether somebody, it's like husband and wife. You meet your wife for first 1 hour and then you get married versus you actually dating for 2 years and you decided to get married. So you have a full understanding. So what did you find out in that 2 years when you are comparing this, our team, our system, over and above the other Remax offices? Because initially you thought all Remax the same, right?
Yes.
In fact, you told me the other Remax guy, the other Remax broker told you, if you want to join Remax, join my Remax because we are friends anyway. Because in that simple statement, I remember you told me that last time. In that simple statements, there's a big assumption. They're assuming all Remax the same.
Yes.
And this is be careful because even if that guy is the broker, right? So if the broker make that statement, that means the customers, the homeowners, the outside is also thinking, okay, all Remax agent the same, then I'll just go with my uncle here who is a Remax agent.
Right.
That's why in the training, remember we talk about unique selling proposition. We don't want to talk about the Remax thing.
Right.
Okay, so anyway, how was your experience in the last 2 years when you are actually comparing? What did you find? What made you after 2 years finally decided that you know what this is the place that you're gonna be associated with?
Yeah. First of all, I think Tiny Vision is. I follow you guys on Facebook for years. I mean, I saw your growth. I think the last time you invited me to join the team is only 9 people. So right now it's 30. I would like to learn more system because right now 2017 is more social medias and technologies gonna take a place for real estate markets.
Yes, and people say Facebook doesn't work. Well, obviously you're here because of Facebook. That's how I didn't know you until Facebook. The reason we're doing this video is because there's so many people who came here and says, you know what, I watch you on YouTube, I watch you on Facebook and stuff like that. So whoever say that is
well,
like
another thing is that because I do business with you, it's very tough experience, but you know with
me
with Alex.
Oh, okay.
So I know it's because when I showed that clients a couple years ago with the deal with Alex, I saw a lot of looking for a lot of houses around this area, and then most listings yours. So that's why.
Yeah. But that's good. That's a good point, Freeman. When the agent on the other side on the transaction and they see what we do, there's two things, right? One person can say, oh, these guys, I don't like it, whatever, because we are doing it different. But what you did, you're a very smart man. So when you look at this, I was like, wow, how can I be that? How can I learn that, right? So if you see somebody in life, not only in real estate, in life in general, if you see somebody who's successful, you have 2 options. You can envy them. You can say, wow, that's no good, blah, blah, blah. You can bad mouth those. Like look at Donald Trump, right? You can have choice. Obviously, the guy is very financially successful. He's the president, So regardless of your political view, but regardless, he holds the most powerful office in the country, right? So we can either bad mouth successful people, or we can say, wow, what do they do so I can emulate? Tony Robbins called it modeling, right?
Yeah.
Now, what if that guy want to be your mentor? That's every time there's things like that, take advantage of that. So that's a good point, you see. So you actually been on a transaction
Yes, I did.
with us, and then you see, wow, this is different.
Right.
And instead of saying sucks, you actually say, hey, how can I learn that? And the cool thing in the first week,
I really want to learn that how you charge the 7%, only give me 2%.
and then in the first week, you already make extra $7,000. Can you imagine what happened in the second? What can you visualize at the end of this year? If you remain coachable, if you really follow the system, in the first week you put an extra 7,000. In the first 12 months, what's gonna happen? I don't know.
Let's see.
Yeah, it depends on your coachability, right? I cannot promise anything. But all right, guys, Freeman Wang, first week here with the team.
Thank you.